Was that a bit of gas?
That was a bit of gas. I tell you what, whoever invented waders did a great job.
Well, you thank the people who invented rubber and plastic. It was a very interesting show on the ABC this afternoon. I was eating lunch.
Yeah.
I don't watch the ABC, and had a show on Neanderthals.
Oh, okay.
They were talking about, you know, what they'd found in Europe and the arguments about their level of intelligence and all that kind of stuff.
Well, they mentioned that they actually I'll keep them separate so we know which one was which. There's evidence that they actually treated their dead in terms of proper burial.
I didn't get, because I didn't see the whole show.
That's an interesting shot of the swim ladder. And juvenile eggs.
No, I didn't see that. They were talking, mate. I don't know whether that was on the early part of the show. They were talking mainly about their cognitive intelligence.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they're talking a lot about the size of their head and the size of their brain.
Mm-hmm.
And they were sort of challenging the idea that, you know, we use the term Neanderthal to mean like a dumb person.
Mm-hmm.
That they probably weren't as dumb as what.
No, well, I think probably their biggest problem was language.
Yeah, well, that's what they said.
Or lack of, probably. Lack of complex language.
Well, they said, like, we rate intelligence in a particular way.
Yeah.
But, you know, they said they probably didn't have symbolic language in it. Well, they had some symbolic pictures, but not a real language.
Mm.
But they said they still believe they were probably far more intelligent than what we gave them credit for, because their ability to survive and adapt.
Yeah.
They obviously could learn how to.
Well, they were in the ice age, weren't they?
Yeah, and they said that was a very challenging environment. They had to learn to change, and they managed to do that and survive for so long. So they can't have been that stupid.
No. Julian.
But they had, the other thing they talked about was whether they were cannibals or not.
Oh yeah.
You know, there was a bit of an argument over that. Some thought yes, some thought no, because where they found, that's another jump, where they found bones.
Mm-hmm.
They'd found bones that were broken in like they looked like they'd been broken with a tool.
Oh yeah, yep.
And
Thinking that may have been evidence of feeding.
Yep, to get the marrow and that out.
Yeah.
So they said there's some suggestion that they might have been cannibalistic
Well, I
in
suppose
some way.
if resources are poor,
Yeah, well, that was
and game is scarce.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be a shame to waste all that meat.
Well, they didn't get to that. That's the trouble with the conclusion. Some said no, totally not. They thought they're a bit too sort of human for that sort of thing. But we know humans, still humans now on the planet, that are cannibals.
Wow.
But they said some agreed that was true, but like you said, they probably did it as a resource management thing rather than going out and just necessarily killing people.
Yeah.
Like,
Unlike some of the islanders pre-missionary arrival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, There's it's a little group of islands off India.
Maldives?
No,
Sri Lanka?
no. Cool. I forget anyway. When they had the tsunami there a few years back, they got hit by the tsunami too.
Yep.
And I was talking about the history of the island, and they apparently the Portuguese rolled up there at some stage and landed on the island and ended up dinner on the dinner table. And they said the Indian fishermen off the mainland won't go near the place. They said because traditionally, the stories of Indian fishermen's boats going down the gurgler and then they had to swim to land and then they ended up
immature roe again.
Anyway, he said the Indian fishermen wouldn't go near it, and the stories were like even when your boat was there, they used to swim out and they used to jump in your boat and pull you out of the boat. And she said, while they were there, she said while they were filming, suddenly one of these guys, they're obviously a bit more friendly these days, suddenly swam up from nowhere in the boat and jumped in the boat. It's quite. Now I don't know whether it was planned or not. No good TV.
Well, I've read stories about how tigers have been known to take fishermen as well. They'll like swim out to the boat and take the guy out of the boat. Done. That's a nice feed.
Yep.
Really good knife.
Yeah, if this was a TV show, you'd have to say that at least 10 times.
Oh, I know. But it's a beauty.
Well, from a layperson's perspective of looking at it, it seemed to sail through all the tissue without too much issue.
Oh, this thing's a laser. Even on seasoned hardwood, it's yeah. You know, downside with a lanyard hole, sometimes you get a bit of gunk in it. A little bit of a blow and she's ready. Beauty, thanks. Yeah,